Hi,
Hello.
folks. Hello, Rosalind.
Hello, Brendan.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, how's things?
Grand. Yeah, fine. Ready for another meeting?
Oh, another one, yes.
Hello, Rosalind. How are you?
Hello.
I can't see you. There's a cat sitting on the
You can't see me?
computer.
It's a pussycat. Very good.
What breed
Oh.
again, Eric, is that cat?
What?
What breed of cat?
It's a Burman, B-I-R-M-A-N.
Burman.
Special.
It's beautiful. I mean, it sat in my lap one time. So it did whenever I was at your house some years ago.
Yes.
And very friendly, beautifully colored and
Yeah,
lovely soft fur.
two of them, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe the other one. This one is just...
Are they well behaved?
Well, apart from when they're obstructing my view of the computer screen, yes.
Oh, goodness. They look a bit like Siamese, long-haired Siamese.
Yeah, they do look a bit... They have to have white paws, though.
Oh, very good. And do they eat woolens at all?
Sorry?
Do they eat woolen? We had a Siamese years ago, my wife and I, and I didn't have any pullovers, any woolen pullovers and socks. They had holes in them all the time.
No, these don't.
Oh gosh, it was a nightmare.
Must have had some moth ancestry.
Here comes Nigel. Oh.
This is from Rosalind. I'm trying to do a small PowerPoint for when I might have to say something. So I'm just experimenting now.
Well, that looks good.
So slideshow. Now, I've done share screen, slideshow. Can I just take you through? Are you getting?
Yeah.
We're getting your full PowerPoint. We're not getting the slideshow, if you understand me. So we're seeing all of your slides.
Yes, I've just flipped through them just now.
Right.
Okay, I'm screen sharing. I would prefer not to have have I done collapse ribbon at the top here? The attendee view now. View. Are you seeing the slide sorter on the left?
We are, yes.
I don't want that.
You see, if you click on slideshow, I think if you click
slideshow, I'm in slideshow.
Yeah, and then from beginning.
From beginning is here. That's
there. We go.
Okay. Now we're just about to start. I'm screen sharing. Is there anything else I should be pressing or not pressing?
No, I think you're doing well. That we see a full screen now of your slide.
Well, I just thought it might be nice as a bit of visual variation to do this little presentation.
Yes, indeed. There is an alternative way of doing this, Rosalind.
Yes, Brenda?
Which, if you close that at the moment, if you stop sharing your screen and close your PowerPoint.
Screen sharing. Now I need to stop this. Stop share.
Stop share. Okay, and close. If you would close the PowerPoint.
My PowerPoint is here. AGM travel coordinator close.
Okay. Now, if you click on share screen.
Now click on share screen.
And at the top, you'll see 3 tabs, one of which is advanced. The middle one is advanced.
Yes.
Click on it.
Advanced.
And now do you see at the top left of that, PowerPoint is a virtual background?
PowerPoint is virtual background.
Click on that.
Yes.
And click on share.
And share.
And it will ask you for the location of your PowerPoint file, the file you're about to share.
Very good. So I go down to U3A. File open, U3A file, AGM travel coordinator, and open.
Okay.
Right.
Now would you see what happens?
So we can see the people and the slide.
That's right. You can see
That's much better.
you can actually manipulate the location of your image, so you can pull that, in case it would get away in from some of the text. So it's a more advanced way and more impressive way, I think.
Okay, so I might write those down here. So it's advanced share screen, advanced
Yes.
share screen to advanced
And then PowerPoint is a virtual background.
plus PPT as virtual background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is everybody here? Or we're still waiting in Tanya?
I'm not. I'm because you're sharing screen. I'm not seeing who's here.
Oh, I see.
Hello, Rosalind.
Hello, Damien. Hello,
I see you.
Nigel too.
You want to stop sharing your screen now, Rosalind?
Yes, stop share.
Yep, there we go.
Right.
That's great.
So
you got in early, Rosalind, and got your little bit done, did you?
I wasn't taking any risks here.
That's great. So I thank you very much for doing that. It's a very nice way to slip in the tribute to Mike without my having to pick out an individual.
Yes.
It just happens very well. Thank you.
Good.
It's a pity Sabine is not able to attend.
It is.
Brendan is going to record, so maybe we could take that little snippet out, Brendan, to send to Sabine.
You could send her the little PowerPoint presentation if you like.
That'd be another thing we could do.
Yeah.
So,
incidentally, I'm actually I've got this being broadcast on YouTube at the moment. So so that we can see that it is working. As once Tanya arrives, I'll send the link to everybody.
Okay,
so
that's great.
that they can see it.
Yeah. Rosalind, we're planning to go through the full running order for tomorrow.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're welcome to stay if you like, but if you have other things to do and you have covered what you need to know,
I think I'll stay. It'll take half an hour of my time, isn't that right?
Oh, I hope this will take a maximum of that.
You know what meetings are like, Rosalind? You work at a university.
Brendan, at the top of my screen, it says live on YouTube.
That's right.
So when I click on that, it goes to YouTube.
Well, actually, I've got, you could do it that way, yeah.
Well, let's try it and see.
The problem with that is I then lost the Zoom screen. So I had to get back to the Zoom screen.
Okay.
You'd have to go in your email again to get back,
Yeah, well, that's right. What I can do, I send you now, and there's a link to the actual YouTube. Oh, here comes Tanya now.
Good. Yeah, she is coming. I think that's all that's coming. There's Tanya. Yes. I must put mine on my way.
Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
Gallery. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, have we got Sophie or Heidi with us today?
It's Heidi.
It's Heidi. Hello, Heidi.
My cat, and she has no time for me at all. She just loves Eric.
Good taste.
My goodness.
So I hope you don't mind her being here. And
well, I don't know. She'll have to join you 3 a.m.
it's a bit young now.
Okay, so we make a start, Brendan.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we're all here.
I sent out this list yesterday, so I'm just planning to go through it bit by bit in case there's something we haven't thought of on the technology side.
Yes.
I'm not going to go through all the reports, but we'll just do what we need to display, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So in the morning, Brendan, you'll open it up. And it's on the chair at Causeway U3A account, isn't it?
It is.
So I must remember not to go in there until after you have joined.
Please, yes, yeah,
So
indeed.
you'll join around 10, will you?
I will be there. I'll start at 10 o'clock. I'll get the YouTube thing going or set up anyway.
Okay.
And I'll check that the captions are working and so on and so forth. Yeah, so I'll have those things all set up. And then from about 10:15, I'll start admitting people.
Yeah. Can I ask you about the captions, Brendan? Can you make them bigger, or do people have to do that themselves?
Individually, they have to do it themselves.
It's not appearing on my screen at the moment.
Oh, well, at the moment, that's because I haven't, sorry, I have to enable them, but I
right.
size them.
Okay.
Okay, so you should find that they're on now.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's all have a look at those. Can you see live transcript? Show subtitle.
At the bottom, usually at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. And then it comes up. It's quite funny. I mean, it doesn't always understand our accents, but it's very helpful. We had 2 deaf people yesterday and they were able to cope fairly well.
Very good.
And you can change the size of, we discovered, if you click on live transport, it goes down to subtitle settings. And then if you click that, you can see font size, small or large. So that's very helpful to know that.
Live transcript.
I think there's a slider there as well.
Slider, that's what I used, the slider yesterday,
Yeah. There'll not be many people will make use of that, but it's useful having it.
Yes.
You mentioned it, Brendan, at the beginning, so you'll mention that. You'll mention getting their names up properly so that they're not, you know, Mary's iPad or something like that.
Yes.
And we need to have their names for the attendance. And then chat to, I think it'd be no harm to remind people how to use chat.
Yeah.
Can I, on the point of chat, do you remember last week, Vina, you and I were at a science group meeting run by the Trust, Third Age Trust, and they had, their chat was restricted to hosts. So it meant that, you know, they could potentiate 100 people, and you can imagine with, say, 100 people, in fact, there must have been about 150 people at that meeting. And if everybody had been sending chat to each other, the whole thing would have got polluted. We can restrict the chat to the host and co-hosts. Should we be doing that?
Do you mean that they are the only ones who receive chats?
Exactly.
Or?
Yes. Everybody can send a chat, but they can only send to the host or co-hosts.
Well, I certainly don't want chats coming to me when I'm trying to think about what I'm doing in the meeting.
No.
So you can count me out.
But I'm thinking that if the hosts and co-hosts will monitor all the chat from our members, it will make life a lot easier for them.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't like adding lots of things to other people's duties, but Eric and Nigel, I think we're down to keep an eye on chat.
Yeah.
So you could make it that they can't send chat to everyone, or they can't send chat. You know, I couldn't send Rosalind a chat.
Well,
but I could send one to the meeting through the co-host.
The hosts and co-hosts are unrestricted, but the general members, let's call them, can only send to the co-hosts.
Yeah, can you?
I can enable that.
Make it so, as Jean-Luc says.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Are there any other technology things we need to tell them about? Because you'll do your little...
The polls.
Yes.
And
that kind of just pops up, doesn't it, Brendan? So they don't actually need to know.
Let me show you. I mean, I have put up a collection of officers, for example.
Okay.
Can you see that now?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Now, what way do we want to do that? Is that sufficient? They can either agree or disagree.
That's fine. Now, what do we do if anybody disagrees?
Well, if they're outnumbered, does it matter?
Yeah.
You know, it's a majority, is it not?
It's a majority.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to explain that it is a majority, and if the majority accept, it's accepted.
So at the appropriate moment, I will put up this poll, which is for the election of
Mhm.
officers.
Mhm.
When I end that, then I'll be putting up another poll because let me show you again.
Have you got that one ready? That's very neat, Brendan. Yeah, that's great.
Then there's polling election of committee continuing members.
Right.
Agree or disagree?
Can you pop that up?
Oh, sorry, I forgot. There we go.
Okay, you don't need the one opposite.
I don't. I'll amend
And
that.
then there should be asterisks for Julia and Kate as well,
Okay,
and Claire Greenfield. I think you need to check back to the original source.
I'll do that. I'll do
Because
that.
and I'll explain what the asterisks are.
I'll do that. And then finally, there will be, end polling.
And then
Finally,
new members.
there will be the new members. Agree, disagree. So you're happy enough with that, are you?
Yes, I am.
Who are the new members?
Can you pop that one up?
Oh,
Have you
sorry,
got it
yes.
done? Yes. David Eastwood, you probably know from the university,
I do, yes.
Rosalind.
Yes.
Barbara Foster, and Barbara is the incoming chairperson.
Yes. What
Rosalind
did she do? What did Barbara Foster do?
plays bridge.
Yes.
A very good qualification for the role.
Yes.
I know she has chaired a golf club in the past, and she has quite extensive experience of voluntary work.
Yes.
I think her own work was in the post office.
Right. Yes.
And very personable. I went out to Coleraine to Portstewart to meet her,
Yeah.
and we had a good chat.
Good.
And Vinnie Robinson is a newish member, and younger member, so it'd be quite nice. Very active in participating in meetings.
Yeah.
Male or female?
Female.
Female. Maybe two N's or one N?
No, it's VINY. She's
Yeah.
from an Indian background. I think it's Indian, but it's one of the South Asian countries.
I think born and raised in Donegal.
Very funny.
Very good.
One of the Donegal Vinnies.
Yes.
I'm the Vinnie and she's the Vinnie. It always causes confusion.
Okay.
So there we go.
That's great. Thank you for doing that. That'll be neat. Yeah, very good.
So could I just ask, Brendan, how are you displaying those? Are those on PowerPoint or on something else?
No, they are part of Zoom. Zoom has a feature
Part of
called
Zoom.
polls, and you can set up a poll, any number of polls for a variety of topics. Yesterday,
Polls.
we showed it and we used it for cats, whether you preferred brown cats, green cats, blue cats. And it was just to demonstrate it, and it worked well.
Yeah.
It's handy. And they just press yes or no and submit. And it comes back to Brendan. 80% said yes and 10% said
Yeah.
no. And
So could I just ask something? When we come to the travel presentation, if we wanted to know how many people would have a potential interest in a trip to Nice in October, could we put up agree or disagree?
Yes, we could put up a poll and
Oh.
find out,
I think that
get
would
some
be-
feedback.
It'd be using the opportunity very well.
So what is the question you want to ask, Rosalind?
Are you interested in an autumn trip to Nice? Yes or no?
yeah, let's try that.
How long is it worth staying? How long the trip would be for? A week?
No, that'll be in your description, won't it?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm from the say October, the 5th to the 9th of October. That is in the presentation. You'd be pleased to have a little presentation, I think, Vani, from me.
Well, not too long now. Remember what I told you?
But only pictures. Pictures are well.
Oh yeah,
there's a
well,
bit of
yes,
text as well.
yes. Yeah, I have pictures as well, so there will
Yeah.
be lots of pictures. Yes, but it'll be nice. Yeah, I think it's a good time to do it. But I mean, this will only be a guideline for you because obviously not all members are present, and
Yes.
members want to go on holidays who don't even use the internet. So
Yes.
all sorts. Yeah. Okay, so that's all the setting up. Eric and Nigel, we would very much like it if you'd keep an eye on the waiting room and start letting people in
Oh yes.
from 10:15. Give Brendan that 15 minutes to get his settings, etc. done. So start admitting people at 10:15. Brendan, come, if I'm saying the wrong thing, come in.
No, it's fine. No, I would soon. Yeah, I'll come in soon enough. Yeah.
And checking the names of the participants. I'm not sure you can check them as they come in because you might have 40 in the waiting room and all. But my suggestion is you keep taking screenshots and you patch it together later. You can click on participants and they're all listed once they come in the room. Or you can take screenshots of the waiting room. And one thing and another, we'll piece it together. But for attendance, you also have to watch because you could have 2 people at the one computer. And you have to watch the screen as well and count 2 people.
If we do screenshots, that'll pick that up though.
Sorry, Eric?
If we take screenshots, that will pick up
Screenshots
double
will pick that
attendance
up as well, yeah.
Eric and Nigel, would you be then correcting? So there are going to be some people come in with silly names like Jimmy's iPad.
Yeah.
Are you? And we do need them to say it's Jimmy McAtamney or something like that. Are you capable or happy enough to contact these people to say we're changing your name or what is your proper name? Because you obviously as a co-host will have the access to change their name.
Oh.
You can rename them.
You can rename them.
Yeah.
But if you don't know them, you can't. You have to ask them.
You'll have to.
Hello, Jimmy's iPad. Who are you?
Yeah, in chat you can ask them.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Just do the best you can.
So
What I must look into for you, there could well be reports in Zoom telling us who actually attended the meeting. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I must look into
there
that.
are, Brendan.
Yeah.
But again, it won't be accurate because sometimes 2 people at one computer, it won't pick that up.
I used that once and it's quite comprehensive, but it
Yes.
won't spot the double people.
Yeah.
It'll just spot an email and report it to you.
Yeah. And you might find it easier to take a screenshot of the participants list as opposed to a screenshot of the screen, if you know what I mean. That might be handier.
Well,
but I'll leave that to you.
One way or another. I mean, we never, to the best of my knowledge, take an attendance sheet at the AGM. So I'm not going to count for a quorum. If we get a reasonably large attendance, we shall say, yes, we're on our way.
Yeah.
And
110 will be a quorum, I think.
Hope we get away with it. Yeah. So that's the first line. The second, onto the agenda now, and the first item is the welcome and introduction. Of course, as they come in, we'll have the usual chit chat, which people like, hello, Rosalind, hi, Tanya, how are you getting on? And sometimes they talk to each other and there's a general babble for a wee while, which is all right. But I'll start as near 10:30 as I can with a formal welcome. I'll ask you, Brendan, to mute everyone at that point.
Yes.
Yes.
So you'd have to also explain to them how to unmute themselves.
Yes.
But they don't need actually to unmute themselves until the end, the question and answer, or maybe Tanya's question and answer. Eric?
Yeah, just a thought. If they do start arriving and they all start talking, will be a bit of a babble, as you put it, or a Bible as it came up on me. Would it be worthwhile putting people into rooms until 10:30 and then bringing them out of the rooms?
I take your point, Eric. I think it's worth considering. But they're not going to end up in the rooms. We're not going to have time to, well, maybe we would have. We opened up the rooms and said, look, folks, if you want to talk to somebody, join a room, agree to join a room. But we only are talking about 10, 15 minutes,
Maybe
less than that, probably, And, I mean, people are used to the way Zoom is when you start off. And,
Okay.
I think we'll be all right. I think mute has to go onto your list of things, Brendan, that they need to understand.
Yes, I've made out a list of a few things. I've got names, I've got captions, I've got chat, I've got muting, and I've got YouTube. Those are the things.
And then the ones under agenda item 1, we need to tell them that we're recording the meeting, and if they don't want their picture recorded, they can turn off the video.
That's right.
And we need to tell them that it will be on YouTube. we need to say why we're recording it. It's for GDPR, that it's only for taking the minutes later and will be destroyed after that.
And yes, I'm saying it will be destroyed within 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay. And not displayed anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Will you spotlight the speakers the way you normally do, whoever is speaking?
Yep.
Because if they have to keep turning from gallery view to speaker view, it's awkward. But if you make it automatically, the speaker comes
I'm
up.
spotlighting you at
better.
the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the strange thing is, it doesn't spotlight on YouTube for whatever reason. Not that it matters a great deal.
Doesn't matter.
Well, actually, sorry, that's not true. It does. I'm just watching it now. There's a 13-second delay between it being live and it going onto YouTube.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then the formalities, the secretary will read the list of apologies. Of course, we never allow that our members can't read. In my email this morning, I quite clearly said, send your apologies to the secretary. What do? I have a page full of apologies, which I now have to go through and send to the secretary. Anyway, that's my mode for the day. So Audrey will do that. And then anything else under one? Are we all right there, Brendan? So that's you and I, Brendan, and Eric and Nigel monitoring, letting them in.
And chat.
And taking screenshots. Eric and Nigel need to take their screenshots at points when they are all on the screen, not when some speaker is spotlighted, because you won't see them. That's obvious, you know that. Yeah. Okay, agenda item 2, minutes of the last AGM. I'm in two minds, Brenda, whether we should screen share them or just say, well, I sent them to you. Did you read them?
Yeah.
Be a short test now.
I would, well, you know best.
Have you got them, Brendan, so that you can display them on the screen? I'm not going to type them all out again.
I'm just, Eric, were they in that document you sent me yesterday?
They were, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, then, if that's the case, I have them.
Page 2. Page 2.
Page 2, right.
Called minutes.
1 minutes of the, I have them here. Do you want me to show it to you?
Yes, can you just pick it up till we see what it looks like?
Okay.
Wonderful.
I think this is it here. Are you seeing that?
Yes, we are. Yeah,
Yes.
That's fine. Yeah, there's a lot of background bump on it, Brendan, but I mean,
Can I speak? Can you hear me?
yes, we can hear you. Yeah, everybody come in. Feel free to come in.
Really, normally they're just left on the chairs. Everybody comes in or has already received them in the past. We never actually display them on a screen
I know that, but
AGM.
Zoom is different.
I know.
Yeah, I think we can do that, and we can do it very easily. So why not? And maybe I mean, I'm not going to read them all out. I'm just going to say the key points that were covered in the minutes. And then I have to ask for a proposer comments, any matters arising, I suppose. And then a proposer and a seconder.
As you're not reading them out, and they'll be up there for too short a time for us to read them all.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure of why we put them up in the first place.
Because people need to know which document am I looking at in their bunch of documents. Lots of people will have printed them out themselves. And I don't think it does any harm. You may be right, and I may be right.
Okay.
But that's the way I'm doing it. Okay, so
No problem.
screen share the minutes. Main points I'll do. I forgot to put in matters arising. I can't imagine what would be arising. Anyway, and then a proposer and seconder, and Claire and Keith, I can't sit looking at a screen waiting for somebody to say I'm proposing. So I have Claire and Keith lined up. That's another difference between a Zoom AGM and a regular one. I can't see shows of hands. They might be on page 3 and I'm looking at page 1.
Yeah.
So Claire will propose and Keith will second. So I'll just say Claire and she'll say she proposes and Keith seconds.
Okay.
Then agenda item 3, I'll go into my report. I'll just pop it up now to check that my screen share is working properly. So let's see, I have to have it open first, don't I? Yeah. So I'm not going to go through it now, but just to check that it actually comes up. And share.
Very good.
And make it full screen. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, so stop. So that seems to be okay. I have to go through mine and time it because I don't want it to take more than about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'll zoom through it very quickly. So I stopped. Did I stop the screen share? I
You have, yeah.
Have I?
You have, yes, you have.
All
You've
right,
stopped.
yes. So that's all right, Brendan. I can do that myself to give you a
Yeah, okay.
little time to get ready for whatever comes next.
While this is all happening, don't forget that this is being broadcast and streamed onto YouTube. Is anybody going to be keeping an eye on YouTube in case there are any comments or questions there? Would that be something?
Yeah.
I mean, in
Very
fact,
good.
Eric and Nigel, I mean, it's actually working at the moment. So it is that YouTube channel is sitting broadcasting.
If Nigel said he lost his
Oh,
Zoom when he
that's
did
all
that,
right.
but I can do that myself to give you a
Yeah, okay.
little time to get ready for whatever comes next.
While this is all happening, don't forget that this is being broadcast and streamed onto YouTube. Is anybody going to be keeping an eye on YouTube in case there are any comments or questions?
We're in some sort of eternal loop.
I mean, in fact, Eric and Nigel, I mean, it's actually working at the moment. So it is.
Well, can you unwork it? Because it's hard to listen to 2 things. I
Exactly,
was going to
Eric.
suggest, Eric, maybe you have 2 devices that you, rather than losing the Zoom,
Well, I think
just
if-
do it on another device without the sound.
Yeah, if you just turn the sound off, Eric, I mean, it's really just the comments in case there would be any comments. People asking questions and things.
How will they do it?
You would know. All you would do was you would maybe have an iPad and turn the sound off, and then you would watch the comments that come up on the YouTube channel.
Hard to listen to 2 things.
All
I
I
was
can
going to
say,
suggest, Eric, maybe you have 2 devices that you, rather than
doing
losing the
this
Zoom,
again.
Turn off your sound
just do it on another
on the
device.
YouTube channel. Yeah, if you just turn the sound off, Eric, I mean, it's really just the comments in case there would be any comments. People asking questions and
Get the
things.
cat out of the way of the screen.
I'm muting Eric in the meantime.
That sounds like a good idea.
Sorry about that. Yeah, YouTube has a volume control and you can turn it off. You can.
Okay. Are we all right? So, Eric, will you do that? Will you watch the YouTube, on the side on your laptop or some other device?
Well, maybe I could do that because, I mean, I have a number of screens here. I can keep that on a separate screen, so I can. So I'll do that. Sure.
Okay. Are you sure, Brendan?
Yeah, that's okay. I can keep an eye on that.
Yeah, because I think. But then the next thing, agenda 4, you have to put up the let me ask people. The chair and trustees report is not a matter for discussion, is it? And questions and answers and things like that. It's not normally. It's just a statement of what happened during the year past.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Tanya?
I don't know. I'm just actually just on something else there. I was looking at the minutes you're showing there, the minutes of the meeting held 2 years ago, whereas the chairman's report that we actually have, the chairperson's report, is the one that's in last year's trustees' reports and accounts. It's not that one.
Well, there was no meeting last year, so we couldn't have the minutes of last year.
No, I suppose not. That's true. That's just the chairperson's report. I honestly don't know. And I don't know if we should show them those Charity Commission report accounts at all.
No. Sorry, the ones that we have circulated. We're on now to agenda 4, Treasurer's Report.
Yeah, well, if you put up the ones that
That's the one that they have.
the receipts and payments is the one that we sent out. Now the figures are exactly the same. They
Yeah.
are slightly different treatment for people to see what's happening, which is what I think I wrote in that in the report. Just that on the actual Charity Commission, there's only about 3 lines. You don't see anything.
Yeah.
So that's the one. If you put that one up on the screen, and I will just talk through the things that I think I sent you today.
Yes. Yeah. I sent you a reply to that.
Yes, I've been through that. I've timed mine. It's about 4 minutes to say it. I've actually added a paragraph about the £1,800 because I forgot that, or I forgot to add it in.
Okay.
And there was another issue, but I'll discuss that with you later, Vini. It's not really.
All right.
But
So
you just want me to talk through that, and at the end of which I will say, any questions? Can we have a proposer and seconder? As soon as we've done that, I'll be able to say these accounts, having hopefully gone through, the accounts will be on the Charity Commission website in the next week or so for further inspection. Can we also put them on our website? Does it matter?
Of course.
So I'll say both. They're in the public domain.
But they're already on our website, what they have got on our website.
Not the whole thing.
Yeah, well, this is on the website.
Yes, I know, but the whole document, Vini.
Oh, yeah, the whole document. Yeah, it should go on the website. It's a public document. Yeah.
It's a public document. It's in the Charity Commission one, but I'll say it will also be on
our website. Yeah.
UCA website, for further inspection, should anyone wish to see it. My only worry is that what we're actually presenting is not exactly in the format of what is examined and approved. The figures are exactly the same, obviously. It's just treatment, so it's actually easier to look at the way I've done it. But if you're happy with that, I mean, that's a very
don't tell them things they don't need to know. that don't affect the substance of the issue.
Well, there is nothing. I mean, there is nothing. Very little happened last year, so hopefully that will all be okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm doing a screen share at the moment. Is that what you want me to display? Is that the correct?
Yes, it is.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Can you make it any bigger? Can you make it any bigger?
What I'll do, I maybe got it on the wrong screen here. I'll share again if you bear with me a second.
Yes, it is very small.
How's
And
that?
then people might come in and they're,
Is that any better?
I think it's about the same. What do you think, Heather?
No, it's not much better, but it doesn't really
But
matter.
it's not got all that clutter, so I like it better.
Yeah, they have seen it. They have seen it before. They have.
That's better. Yeah,
and
that's better, Brendan, if you can do that.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll
That's
get it. There we
That's
go.
very good. Excellent.
Very. Make sure they can see the bottom line. That's it. They have to see the bottom figures, so they can see the opening and closing balances there. That's about it. I don't know.
Okay, that's great. Tanya and I discussed with Claire there has always been some doubt whether the accounts have to be approved at the AGM. I remember somebody saying the last time they didn't have to be approved, they just had to be showed. But Claire went into the constitution, the current constitution, and she said they do have to be. So I will have to ask, or Tanya maybe, for Tanya, should it be you or me who asks for a proposer and seconder?
Oh, well, I don't mind. If you ask, that would probably take it away from me. It shows I haven't done a fix. Having said
yes,
that,
I think it's better if I do it.
Having said that, I've asked Paul and Kate to do.
That's right. It's again, that's a Zoom thing because I wouldn't be able to see who was putting their hand up. And if they put up their hand and I didn't know them and it was Jimmy's iPad, that'd be embarrassing.
And then we need to appoint our examiner again for the following year.
Yes, you'll do. I think you should propose.
I'll put that at the end.
Rosemary Peters Gallagher. I corrected that in your document because she is personally our examiner, not Moore Stevens. So she happens to work at Moore Stevens, but they are not our examiners.
Really?
No, it's not Moore Stevens. She does it in a voluntary capacity. Well, she happens to work at Moore Stevens.
one of our charity commission year, one of the years it's gone off with more NI as being the signatory. Anyway, that's another
Oh.
story. Okay, so it'll be Rosemary. Sorry, yes, okay. I mean, her name is on it, and she is on the actual document as Rosemary.
And Keith will second that.
So ask.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Once it's been approved, I'll say thank you, and then I'd like to propose Rosemary.
Yeah. I think that'll be about the halfway point through the meeting, Eric and Nigel, if you're monitoring attendees. Now, I've had some notes this morning from people who are going to pop in at the beginning or pop in at the end. So
Chris,
you have to keep monitoring participation.
Really, I've got Chris Eastwood in the waiting room. Is he? Were you expecting him?
No. Who's Chris Eastwood?
Is he one of our new?
Yeah,
Oh, he's
that's-
left.
So
Yeah.
Dave's wife, it's David Eastwood. It's probably, he's using her Zoom probably.
Well, he has left. He's left now.
Yeah, I didn't invite him to
That's
this
what I wondered.
because he's not an active, doing some little spot in it.
Right.
So I didn't send it to him even. So. Okay.
Okay, so I'll just propose
So,
that at
yeah.
the end.
And there has to be a time for people to ask questions. And that's the time I get nervous that they'll ask something difficult.